Welcome back to Class Farms, guys. Kai over here with Jason.
What's going on, folks?
And in this video, we're gonna do another comparison, head-to-head versus video, obviously. We've done that numerous times.
Because it ends today.
Why is it, because of 6 hour?
6 hour.
It ends today, guys. It ends today, or it starts today. I don't know, whichever angle you look at it. But anyways, we've done a lot of these videos, versus videos like, you know, Glock versus SIG and Smith versus Glock, whatever. Check them all out. And today we're gonna do Smith & Wesson, not Messon, Smith & Wesson versus 6 hour.
6 hour, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So gonna do that, go head to head. Obviously we've got multiple different models over here. You wanna start with those?
Yeah, so I've got the AXG Pro, man. This thing's pretty cool, right? Aluminum frame, heavy gun, all the slide cuts that one could ask for, optics ready, great night vision sights, and again, a great trigger. So yeah, solid.
That is a good one.
Stuff.
And we've got the Smith & Wesson M&P 2.0 metal comp carry. So it's a metal, full all metal gun with a comp. Pretty nice looking thing with an RMR on top of it.
Got the M17, the pride and joy of the U.S. Armed Forces. I mean, this thing has seen a lot of stuff, been a lot of places, and of course, still rocking strong right now. So, yep. Pretty
good. And we got the good old M&P 9 with the specialized sights, law enforcement, trade-in, badass little thing, polymer frame. And that's it. Moving on.
Moving on to the M18, the Marines pick for their service weapon. Again, tried and true, good to go. I mean, it's just a smaller frame one, more compared to a compact.
Exactly. M&P 2.0, this is the FDE with a hinge trigger, which I'm already not a fan of, but it is what it is.
Whatever, man. Those things do good and cold, man.
They actually do, yeah, comparable to the M18 big time.
Right. We've got the 6 hour macro comp.
Yeah, well, it's a 6 hour X macro.
X macro.
P365 X macro in this
comp.
Yeah.
So paired off with a Holosun. Again, it's concealed carry, but full size grip. But
17 rounds.
17 rounds of capacity.
That's a beast. When that thing came out, it actually disrupted the market. So very, very good. And comparison to that one, compared to that one, is Smith & Wesson M&P 9 Shield Plus with a comp here through the Performance Center. You got these different serrations on the side, the top, all of that stuff. So pretty cool, nice little slim gun right here.
And we got the OG.
P365, man.
P365. This one's in 380. So
exactly.
Small little guy, less recoil. Again, small, extremely small. Fits in all your pockets, per se.
Exactly. And look at this little guy. This is the Bodyguard from Smith 380, guys. I actually was really surprised. I like this thing. We've actually done a video on this one. If you guys haven't seen that, check that out. But this is going to go head to head against that 380 P365. And with that being said, I feel like we've talked enough. Now you guys know what we have over here. Yep. We're going to go ahead and start from the big guys and kind of go down. Is that good, or you want to start from?
Let's start little guys. Let's start with the little man in the room.
Let's do that. Let's start with the Brandon size. Exactly. We got Brandon, Ryan right here, John, and then Jason, and then me. Okay. So.
Coloring's a little off there, but okay, Chief. We got you.
That's a good one. All right, so let's start with the 380 and kind of go head to head and give you guys our kind of thoughts about them and see at the end who wins. And we're going to talk about the point system real quick. And here's what we're going to do. Obviously, whichever one, if I pick Smith over SIG, then Smith gets a point. If you pick SIG over Smith, then SIG gets a point. At the end, we're going to tally up. Obviously, we've got 5 guns on each side. Well, one of them is going to win. So let's find out.
Let's do it.
All right, the Bodyguard versus P365.
I mean, they're kind of comparable in size, right? I mean,
not at all.
Oh, no, man, come on, look at it. This one's just, you know, crazy thicker. Pause. But, yeah.
This is nice and slim, good to go. I feel like this is really good, like, you know, throw in your pocket with a holster. All right, let's shoot this thing. Man, feels good. So here it is. I did have this last time too. Got a little malfunction, and the reason that is because it just hits my hand. Hand is too big. Let's do it again. I'll try to keep it, because when I do this, guys, the slide hits my hand. So I'm gonna try to get it out of the way because the gun is too small. Let's do this. A little, kind of tuck it in, Jason. All right, that's it. You gonna go with that one?
Absolutely. Excuse me, sir. soft, man. 380 is just so forgiving, even though I totally missed the first 3. But yeah, definitely. Let's give it a little switcheroo. No pineapple. Here
All right, let's grab this one. There's a little few rounds for you.
Thank you. The bodyguard. This gun is so tiny. Oh, I did it too. I will say this thing in my hand, I mean, my hand is really bigger than this thing, so I did the same thing. I try to get that high grip, and you're like, oh, yeah, I forgot, it's small.
Yeah, it'll definitely hit you, and that's okay. It's not the gun's fault, obviously. No. So now I'm gonna try the P365, just a few rounds, see how this thing is. All right. Yeah, dude. Okay, so right off the gate. This is a little meaty, right, compared to that one, and recoil softer.
But here's a fun fact.
Yeah.
I actually prefer the ergonomics of this gun.
I agree. It feels better in the hand.
It feels better in the hand. Like, it really does. Like, if maybe if the slide was a little taller, something. Or you know what, dude? What they could have done is just increase the bore axis. It's only 380. Yeah. All right. Just show this bore axis right here, right? Like, send us forward. This is, I understand, the bore axis is really important for, like, and what bore axis? Let me explain to people. You want to hold this real quick? Basically, the highest part of your hand, this beaver tail right here, and the barrel. The closer that is, the lower the bore axis, right? But I would have made this gun a little bit higher bore axis so people didn't have to worry about that slide. Yeah. So Smith, if you're watching this, that's what I would have done with this thing. And so we wouldn't have that problem. Overall, feels really good in the hand. And although that's softer shooting, I was more accurate with this thing. Well, that's funny. I was more accurate with this just because I'm a little bit more comfortable with this. It is a little bit bigger, thicker, 2Cs. And of course, that bore axis is definitely just a tad different.
Oh yeah, Sig's bore axis is gonna be a little higher compared to, but you know, okay, which one are you gonna pick?
It's tough. It's tough because I prefer the ergonomics of that over this, but shootability, this one for sure.
So that one is what you're picking? Same here, guys. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go with Sig because I don't have to worry about a malfunction. Yeah. With this thing, the way I'm trained, you know, get really high on that gun, I know for a fact in a very stressful environment, I will have a malfunction with this thing. So with that being said, I would choose this if the bore axis was a little higher, so I didn't have to worry about that. That's it. So Sig gets 2 points over here, and Smith gets 0. So move on to the next one.
Let's move on to the next one.
Let's do it. All right, guys, before we actually end this one, mag capacity, we forgot to mention that.
10 rounds.
And 12 for the bodyguard. So obviously capacity is very, very important. So bodyguard gives you that. So if that works for you, then bodyguard is your gun. But I'm still going with the Sig because I need reliability. The gun itself is reliable, don't get me wrong. It's just that because of how small it is and how big my hands are, that would be a problem for me. That's it.
Moving on.
MMP9 Shield Plus carry comp from Performance Center versus
X macro comp.
How about it, bro?
I mean, there you go. Again, 17 rounds out of this, so full size grip. Yeah, that's good.
Can I go at it?
Interesting. Performance. Ooh, that spring is tight. Very interesting. I'm gonna hold my thoughts until the last minute. Very interesting. The recoil impulse on this thing is very let me not ruin the fun for you.
All right. Let me try the X macro, see how it is. Feels pretty good. All right. Interesting. I mean, I've shot this thing a few times, but it's been a while. I think it's been probably over a year So I've shot this thing, but you know, yeah, pretty good. I like it. Let me try the next one. All right, there we go. Shield Plus, man. Oh, see, my hand just kind of slipped. I would have liked maybe a little bit better stippling. Oh, that slide is heavy compared to that one. Okay. I'm hitting 75, no problem. Closer, I'm kind of having a problem.
All right, so let me tell you my thoughts here.
Yeah, tell me.
More capacity.
Yeah.
17 rounds versus 13 rounds.
Yeah.
This actually flipped up a little bit more.
It did, but here's my problem with this thing. This thing gives me this huge gun for what it is. Really, 13 rounds?
I know. You would think that they could have squeezed at least 15, maybe. That's my only hiccup with that. But to be honest with you, the one I prefer is actually the Smith & Wesson. It just feels better. It tracks faster. It tracks way better, and I was definitely more accurate with that gun. So
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna go ahead and give it to X Macro.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
X Macro for me.
Split decision.
The capacity is important, and ergonomically, when I grab this gun, I want to show it to people. Look where. So, look what happens to this. This grip is too small, right? This is a kind of big of a gun, big gun, and I put the mag in. Obviously, that gives you that little extension. But even then, I got a little pinky hanging down there. Can I see
Are
that?
the grips the same size?
No, this is a longer grip. Can you hold this real quick? Look at this, guys. This is a big deal for me, right? And I understand, like even without a mag, look what kind of a grip I have. I put the mag in. The mag is not in any way interfered with my grip. With that one, it is. So I did have more recoil, or felt recoil, let's just say, with the SIG. But overall, the capacity, the way it feels in my hand, I'm gonna go with the SIG. Overall, SIG has 3 points now and 1 for Smith & Wesson.
Yeah.
Let's move on to the next one. All right, MMP 2.0.
M18.
Let's give it a try. I'm gonna start with this one first. I'm not a fan of the hinge trigger, and I know it. Used it for years. No front serrations, not cut for a dot, this specific one. I'm a big fan of front serrations. I mean, there's tiny little down there. You could kind of perch on it. But, you know, when it gets wet or sweaty, oily, whatever, this really, your hand do slip. So, let me give this one a try. Nice and easy slide. Let's give it a try. Let's see how it is. I have no idea where those shots were going. God, that trigger is horrible.
Well, here you go.
All right. M18. Marine Corps, obviously P320. We're gonna see what Jason thinks about these, but I'm gonna tell you right now, a little spoiler. Not impressed by both of them. So I'm gonna have to do some calculation in my head to see which one I like better. So, Jason, I'm curious. Yeah, go ahead with that one.
All right, let's see. MP 2.0 compact. Safety's a little easy to actuate. I'm gonna hold my thoughts until I shoot the SIG. One thing I am noticing that grip is extremely short, but the grip texture is great. So it's just like give and take, right? No free lunch.
Yeah.
So
try this one, see what you think.
All right.
Yeah. Tell me which one, bro. Just pick it.
Okay, I have to be honest.
Yeah.
The sights on here are easier to pick up. The grip is definitely a lot better in the hand. I like the recoil impulse of this though. It's like this chugga 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 comes back.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to give it to the M18. I am.
Okay.
Even though the trigger on that, I actually like the trigger.
I can't stand it because it just really down here, it just kind of puts a lot of pressure. Just the bottom is so curved.
Let's see.
My mind just goes down there constantly.
Let's see how I prep. It doesn't matter. This is curved as well. So I mean, I get it.
And
It's
I
not a
felt that
hinge.
too.
It's not a hinge.
Oh, by the way, I didn't say I like that trigger.
Yeah, I know you don't like
Yeah,
it. But just the way I prep on my finger, I just ride that reset and just keep on going. So and when it comes to the shape of a trigger, I really don't care. I just like the trigger impulse. But this feels like ergonomics. It feels good. The stippling is crazy. Again, the grip is short. I like this one, so I'm still gonna give it to the M18. So
all right, so I'm gonna go ahead and give it to obviously the MMP9 2.0 here. No, this guy right here. And just because I gave it to this one doesn't mean this is an impressive gun for me between the two. I kind of wasn't impressed with both of them, right? And the reason I'm not impressed with the M18 or M17, it's the grip module. And I'm not a big fan of the trigger. Sights aren't too bad for me, but overall that's it. Just a too chubby of a grip, and I don't like trigger. Hinge trigger, I can't stand this thing, but overall feels pretty good in the hand. Decent stippling here, so it just stayed in my hand, and recoil impulse was better, but I was pretty much evenly inaccurate with both of them. But very slight edge over the M18 Smith. Okay,
so that's 2 Smith and
3 Sig.
4 Sig now.
Is it? Oh, that's right, 4 Sig now. Yeah. All right, let's move on to the next one.
Let's go.
MMP 2.0, specialized sights, cut for a dot, law enforcement, trade-in, polymer body, versus
M17, Army's sidearm. So, of course, the goodness, this is what's in the hands of protectors everywhere. So.
Exactly. Notice that this doesn't have the hinge trigger. That's a plus. So, let's give it a try.
Go for it.
Yeah, it is. Nice. Just overall feels pretty balanced. Nice in the hand. Let's see how it is.
Here you go.
All right. Apparently it ends today. God. Well, I mean, it's the M18, but just a little bit longer. So what am I gonna really say about this? Take a wild guess. Am I just gonna suddenly change everything I just told you guys about the M18 with the M17? I don't know. Well, let's see what this guy thinks.
All right. One thing off the bat, 16 rounds versus 17 rounds. So again, see how it goes. I have to say, the ergos of this are just absolutely to die for. They're phenomenal. Again, it comes optic cut, high sights. The grip texture is absolutely immaculate, and I mean, it feels good, man.
Try this one.
All right.
Oh, do you even want to try that one? Did we talk about the winner?
Nah.
Smith, that's all I need to say.
I'm very torn.
What?
And that's okay.
You're not torn.
I'm very torn.
Listen, I love SIG, okay? Shout out to folks over there, obviously. I love them. I cannot. This thing, the MMP 2.0, this law enforcement trade-in beats that M17, dude, all day long.
It's I'm gonna be honest, brother, it's very tough to put these two against each other. Performance wise, they perform pretty much the same, I will say that. The nods to this are the ergos and the grip texture, that's for sure. They're both optics ready.
I thought this was more balanced, shooting this thing.
It's tough, it really is. If I have to lean to something, I'm gonna choose the SIG.
God, comment section. Light them up.
Light them up. Light me
Wait
up.
a minute.
Okay.
This guy just picked
hold on. There's
that one over this?
There's a caveat, right?
Okay.
The main problem that we have with this gun is the grip module, right?
Well,
main one.
Okay, we're not gonna do woulda, coulda, shoulda.
No, woulda, coulda, shoulda. But I do have a little bit more that I can do to this other than that. So this is why it gets
modularity.
Modularity,
but,
for sure.
True, and that's a point to be said, of course.
Yeah.
But as it is, the way it is, the M17 is what we're talking about, right?
I'm choosing M17.
As soon as you change, okay, that's fine. As soon as you change that thing, that's no longer an M17. So, but hey, you know what? You guys let us know in the comment section. So what do we got right now? SIG had 4.
Now 5.
Now 5. And this one's got 4. 3. Math is gonna kill us in this video. We got 3 Smith and obviously 5 SIG. Let's move on to the next one. And the MMP 2.0 metal carry comp over here. What do you got?
The P320 AXG Pro. So.
Now this is not gonna be like really fully apples to apples.
Because you got a comp, but we've got enough slide cuts in this thing to make it.
Yeah, so. And that's got a longer barrel
yeah.
compared to this, 4.25 to like 4.7.
Yep.
So there's that, but let's give it a try, see how it goes. And I've got an optic on here, turn them off. This thing looks really nice, man. Nice craftsmanship, so really like the way this gun looks and even feels in the hand too. So let's see how it is. Felt like it was all over the place. Okay. So that thing felt really good in the hand, right? SIG, oh man. This is not even gonna be fair because this thing is also very heavy, so it's gonna be recoiling, I can already tell you. Even though Smith has a comp, but I expect this one to recoil better. We'll see, because this is pretty heavy and longer barrel. I'd even use this for competition too, so let's go, see how it is. I'm not sure where I'm going with this. Let's see what you think.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Again, the stippling on here is amazing. The ergos feel good, and it just feels like a gun that really wants to stay in your hand. So I do appreciate that for sure.
Well, let's see. Try this one. I'm curious.
Let's see.
There we go. You know, as much as I think this is an amazing looking gun, feels really good in the hand, but I'm taking that guy.
Yeah.
It just, you know, I could feel that slide all the way coming to the wall and going back forward. I could just feel the whole thing. Like I tracked that gun better than this gun.
Correct. It just stays right where it needs to go. I mean, I really do like it. Again, it being the aluminum frame, it's definitely heavier. The slide has something to do with it, but that being comped, it kept it where it needed to be, but this one just had the edge, man.
Yeah, for having a comp, I think it recoils. The muzzle rises a little bit more than I guess I expected. maybe I have high expectations when you have a comp on a gun. Maybe I need to lower my expectations for that one. But overall, I mean, come on, man. The AXG Pro from SIG definitely takes it. So where are we at on the score, man?
It's definitely 7.
All right, 7 to obviously 3 on the Smith. Now, I'm a big Smith fan. Also, I'm a big SIG Sauer fan.
By the way, SIG didn't pay for anything in this video.
Or Smith. Yeah. You know, they didn't pay for this. We feature both of them, right?
Yeah.
It's not sponsored. And we've been doing these kinds of videos on this channel. Been doing it for a year, I think, over a year probably.
Yeah, at least a year.
At least a year, exactly. So, but yeah, I'm a big fan. And the only things, M17 and M18, I'm not a big fan of 2 things on those guns. The trigger and the grip modules, they're just too chubby for me. That's it. Other than that, I love SIG products. My SXG, I know we're talking about the AXG Pro here. SXG, the X5 Legion, I love that gun.
50 ounces of fun.
Yeah, that thing is amazing. So I love my Rattler LT. That's my PDW. Love SIG Sauer products overall. And but today,
it did end today.
It ended today. You're right. What do you think?
And again, piggyback on everything that you said, this gun just really did it for me. Again, modularity, right? You can slap this on anything, you can make it whatever you want to do it, and that's the shining
And there's
light.
Infrastructure for it too.
Yes, and there's infrastructure for it too. So that definitely takes the cake. And again, this just did it.
Yeah.
It rocked my socks, man.
Yeah, so overall, I mean, between the 6 Sauer and Smith overall, what are your thoughts about the companies?
Both companies make great stuff. Now, what I would really like to see is us get maybe the 5-inch competitor, put it against the SXG. Maybe that could be a separate video, like the ultimate competition guns, and put that head to head. Yeah,
like a striker fire competition guns, right? Yeah. Did you say that? Because
you know what? Let's throw more companies in there. Maybe something from CZ. Maybe 100%. Something from, like, you know, I don't know, even Sauer, even that.
Canik.
Yeah,
Canik as the SFX rival. Yeah. But yeah, we could definitely let us know your thoughts in the comment section. What do you think? And what do you think about our very cool future there? That's all we can say. And with that being said, guys, as always, thanks for tuning in. We appreciate your business.
God bless.
And we'll see you on the next one.
It ended today.